The questions come up a couple times. I think the transition's been really good. Mainly as being a head coach, I think one of the main things is just a lot more paperwork, a lot more organization, a lot more communication. The key differences between being defense coordinator now, just a little bit more paperwork. Now, of course, when you get into the season, there's going to be a little bit more organized, make sure the offense is running, make sure special teams are ready, things like that. But so far in the offseason, it's just been a little bit more organization, communication, things like that, paperwork.
You guys had a lot of guys that were skill players, that real kind of star-type players. We knew those were the highlight kids that we could pick out last year, and you lose a lot of that. But with Tyrone, it kind of just keeps ticking. Where are some of the guys you're excited about this year?
Yeah, so we return all our receivers and even a couple of the backups. But the key is that we lose on offense. We lose our all-state running back in James Oliver. We lose our quarterback, and we lose our center. So we lose some key positions, and that's really all we lose. Besides, we lose left tackle also. But those three positions are really key for an offense. And either find a new quarterback and that can run the offense, find a new center that can make all the line calls, all the adjustments up front, and then, like I said, an all-state running back. So it's going to be tough to replace those guys. We feel we have some guys that can step into those shoes, but those positions are wide open for somebody who can step in and win those.
You mentioned having all your receivers back. Does anything change within what you guys have done as an offense? Is there stuff that you're going to bring to the table that's new and different? As you look to kind of, like you said, you've got a lot of positions that you can recreate with.
Yeah. So offensively, I think we're going to see maybe some new stuff. We're going to still see some things that have always been there. Our offensive guy, well, anybody, even offense and everybody, this is their third head coach in 4 years. This is their third offense coordinator in 4 years. Now things don't completely change because we're all used to the system and things like that. But everybody has their own little tweaks that they want to do and things like that. So, I think it's big for the players to make that adjustment, though. Most schools that go through 3 head coaches in 4 years are looking for a coach to bring some wins to them. And you're talking about one of the best programs in the area and in the state, and you have 3 head coaches in 4 years. So the expectations have never dropped. But to keep those players and keep them motivated and keep them into it is probably the harder thing. Any player could just easily give up knowing that this is their third coach since they've been in the Tyrone program. But this group of seniors, they've been tremendous and they've worked hard, and they're committed to get this done.
When you come back in knowing you've got that kind of group, does that help a little bit with just kind of stabilizing things?
Yeah. So that's one of the advantages I think of being in the system is the players. So we know everybody's ability. We've been there. We know who the backups are, things like that. If you're a new head coach coming in, and you didn't know the program, you got to identify all those guys. So we didn't have to really waste time identifying those guys. We were able to kind of jump in, know who the guys are, know who's probably going to be fighting for those positions, and it's helped us in our 7-on-7 summer passing leagues, things like that, and knowing who those guys are.
To flip back to defense. I'm assuming not a heck of a lot of changes there, but maybe who you've got where, just based on graduating some guys. What's going on?
Yeah, so we return 8 on defense plus a 9th one that's got a lot of rotation time. That's going to be our main core guys to focus on that defense and have a strong defense. But at the same time, those guys that return, their positions aren't guaranteed. And I think there's going to be some incoming sophomores who are going to fight for some of those positions, and some juniors and seniors who return who want to earn a starting position. So there's going to be some tough battles as we move into camp here in the next couple of weeks, and be curious to see what happens in there. But we do return 8, but like I said, nothing's guaranteed.
What's got you the most excited just to get started?
The most excited is to know our potential, and the Bellwood game's less than 4 weeks away now, so that's the big game, and you can throw everything out in the Bellwood game. It doesn't matter who's projected to win that game or who you think is going to be better, because when you go into that game, anything could happen. The game's full of emotions, the atmosphere is tremendous, and you just never know. You have 3 weeks that you're preparing for that one game. So that sets the tone for the rest of the year. Those 3 weeks are all focused on one opponent. So I think we're excited about that and the potential we have, but we know it's going to be a tough road too. Like I said, new offense coordinators coming in, a lot of adjustments happening, so things aren't going to be easy just because you return some good players.